Hi everybody, it's Mary back with another reading for you. Today we're going to continue with a little different, and believe me, this woman is different. Her name is Gypsy Rose Blanchard. We're going to do a little reading about her today, a little channeling through me. We got an Angel Tarot, we got the Shadow Tarot deck. Let's find out what's really going on. We're going to check out the state of her soul, what's going on, and we'll pull some tea leaves at the end. So, let's start with the angels, and I'll let you know, I was speaking with DeeDee the other day, Gypsy's mom, who is was murdered, and in 2015, and her mother is still very, very attached to Gypsy. I only asked specifically about the baby, Aurora, and Ken, and yeah, mostly Ken, and then I asked about Ryan and Nicholas, and let's not forget about Dan, because I haven't. Maybe the law has, but I haven't. Basically, DeeDee is really doesn't want to let go of Gypsy. Even though she's left the physical plane, the 3D world, DeeDee has gone. She still wants to be very much in Gypsy's life, and she doesn't think that any of these men are good for Gypsy. And she wants her to be a mom. But I don't know. It wasn't clear to me if being a mom meant to... Whoa, excuse me. I'm so sorry about that. Let's fix that. I didn't know. I wasn't sure if DeeDee was saying that Aurora is real. Or if she wants Gypsy to have children in the future, because DeeDee already doesn't believe that Ken or Scott or Nicholas were good enough for Gypsy to begin with. So she really would like to, actually what she told me and what she's coming through really strong right now again is like, no, like she doesn't want to see Gypsy with any man. She kind of doesn't mind if she has a baby, because that's, you gotta be with a guy to have a baby, but she doesn't really want that. Wow, I see a lot of darkness, like DeeDee's just blowing all this like dark smoke around Gypsy, like so other people can't see her. I don't know, don't get mad at me, but I feel like DeeDee might be a little jealous of Gypsy, just a little. Mrs. Blanchard, don't kill me. So let's see what the angels have to say. The Three of Earth. Right, so Gypsy is continuing to build a foundation right now. Literally, whether it's a house or a business or whatever her latest scheme is, you know, her plans are. She's been talking about doing art a lot lately. And she's been talking about doing art and showcasing like the art she did before she went to jail, actually, and saying that if she could do that then, she could do it now. And also like she's trying to be all like, what is that called? Not humble bragging, no. Yeah, kind of like humble bragging, like look what I did in jail, but like art wise. But then she'll say in the same breath, I'm not Picasso. Like, yeah, duh, we know that there is only one Picasso. I don't even like Picasso, so like maybe you want to pick somebody different. But anyway, so Gypsy is definitely like using her creative abilities to try to reinvent herself right now. She is in partnership with someone in executing her plan. With somehow, like, I don't know, she seems to want to reinvent herself as an artist, and here. The Three of Earth, and it does involve somebody else. So I'm gonna guess Ken, but it could be her family. Let's read some more and find out. Okay, so look, even the card says there's a power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, be a team player. And you know, she needs those things to get anywhere in this life, period. But she's wanting it from like, she says, oh, I'm not Picasso, but in reality she really is not a very good artist, and she's gonna need to be a team player. And the kind of people who are going to give her recognition are like, you know, the red carpet types. How do you get around in Hollywood? How do you get around in the entertainment business? You kiss, you know, bass. You say nice things even if you don't mean them, and so people are gonna be like, oh yeah, Gypsy made that. Like I want it. You know, it's great. It's wonderful. You look fantastic. It's like, oh, come on. You know, let's see. And we have the King of Earth here coming to us from the Angel deck. And so she does have some kind of patron who has very stable, grounded, practical advice for her. It could be Bree, because it's my understanding that her bestie Bree is transgender and female to male. No, excuse me, I'm sorry, male to female. And so she has somebody who possesses these more earthy qualities. It could be Ken, but you know, see, I don't see Ken as a king. You know, like, I don't care how old he is. He doesn't seem to be like embody the qualities of a king. And this King of Earth is, you know, the King of Pentacles. He's very stable and successful. He's a patron. Usually will back you with things. The card itself says generous, professional, responsible, practical. Yeah, I don't really see Ken as being generous and practical. I mean, he won't even marry Gypsy. And, you know, he left her when they were seeing each other in jail. You know, it doesn't sound too generous to me. I get with Ken a lot of visions of nothingness. Like, just like bland, like the grand, I don't know, plains of America, the Great Plains of America. You know, it's just like it looks good from far away, and then you get there and there's nothing there, you know, like that type of thing. And, you know, so Gypsy has patrons, though. You know, the entertainment industry and those kinds of people are very, it's a very male-dominated industry, even though women are making strides, and that's wonderful. Right now, entertainment industry, the art world, things like that, they're mostly dominated by men. And so Gypsy does have some kind of patron, somebody who does, want to see her succeed, because they're going to get paid too. And if Gypsy succeeds, this person succeeds. Probably her agent, you know, but it can be, I'm hearing networks, like they might reach out to her, you know, for like another series or something. So let's pull some tarot about Gypsy. So I shuffled this deck earlier, actually. So the cards that came out for Gypsy is the Three of Wands, the Page of Cups in reverse. This is interesting. We have the page, the Page of Wands, Cups. Why did I say wands? I'm sorry. The Knight of Cups. Whoa, that's a game changer right there. Oh, actually, yeah. That was blocked. That didn't want to come out of me the right way, and now I'm feeling that somehow this is Nicholas energy right here under the Knight of Cups. Yeah, so we'll start with just these three right here. So with Gypsy, like, for sure, right, she's already been planning for a while now. She pretty much seemingly had reached all the heights that she wanted. You'd think just being free from jail and having an average life would be enough, but no, life after lockup, and that's not going on right now for another season. You can listen to her complain about it. I'm sorry. I don't mean to throw shade at her, but really, yeah, she's complaining about how she did everything for Lifetime, and she gave them this and she gave them that, and they don't want to pick her up for a third season, but that's fine because she wants to be an artist now. Right? I think she maybe have spent a little too much time out there in the desert with like Paleo Fest or something. I don't know. So she is attempting to go out into the world and start anew again as like some new version of herself. Like she's always creating a different version of herself that we know about. But one thing that we know now is that she does want to get pregnant, and she's really fierce about this. She thinks that that is the next right step to take in moving out into the world and leaving your footprint on the earth and building some sort of stability and security and money and finances, career for herself. See the 2 3s here? This is 3 of Pentacles, this is 3 of Wands, right? But this is an angel deck, so this is like a good motivation, and this is the shadow deck, and she's she's all alone on the top of this tree, even though it's number 3. Here's a dog eating like at the scraps. I'm gonna say that's like Ken. Sorry. And she'll sit up there, in her own mind, scattering rose petals and stuff, and the tree is empty. She's not producing anything, not really, nothing substantial. She's there alone. This is all in her mind. And I know I said earlier she's pregnant, but I'm getting that she might be pregnant but lose the baby very early on. This is the Page of Cups, and she's hoping for magical, happy things to happen, but because she's plotting these things alone in the middle of the night and trying to control everything and rely on other men, she has very idealized notions, and by now she should know the reality of life, and she doesn't. She doesn't seem to do, or she does, and she just keeps reinventing herself because now she's famous for murdering her mother. So, and the whole murder, the whole case that went down. So she's putting on a show. Also, I'm hearing that she has like temper tantrums like behind the scenes. So if someone has a camera on her, she's all smiley in the camera or whatever. Even if she gets a little smug sometimes, she'll be like, well, I'm all that, and if you don't like me, it's because you're jealous or whatever it is she says. But as soon as the camera stops rolling, she'll have like a fit of rage. She'll like scream, and she is still, Ken is not her knight in shining armor. She knows this now. And basically DeeDee told me that as well. But Gypsy's starting to wake up to this fact. Maybe this is good because this whole baby thing is fake. Especially this second one. I think she's even came out in the past couple of days with an announcement that she is pregnant again. Really? I said that last week, I think, or the last reading I did. What happened the last time she had a knight in shining armor? Scott was like a knight in shining armor always. Whatever Gypsy wants, Gypsy gets. I'm going to support her, no worries. And what did she do? She rode him and whipped him and left him. And kind of the same thing with Nicholas. She built up this thing in her mind that he was like her knight in shining armor. Or even Dan, her like very short-lived boyfriend before Nicholas, you know, and she does that. She rides men, you know, like she hounds them, you know, she has this illusion in her mind of that she's you know, spreading love and things, and quite the opposite. You know, she uses especially men. But this man, she's not really using. She is, but like in a practical way. This is like her agent, or possibly Bree, although I don't see Bree as being generous, or very practical. It is for Gypsy. Yeah, Bree is for Gypsy. So let's see what else we can get out of these cards, because I'm interested in this baby card here. Oh, she is. We have the High Priestess under the 3. So yeah, she's absolutely manifesting things at night in the dark. We have the 6 of Pentacles. So she is, you know, it's giving and receiving. Ooh, I just heard she has to give back. She made deals where things were given to her, and now she has to give back, and she doesn't want to. She, look at the figures, look on their face. No, don't want to give it back. And what is she really holding on to but little mice, you know? Not that there's anything wrong with mice, but it's like it's not natural, you know? It's not exactly normal. I mean, even like this figure has like little cat ears that are cute, and a little cat's tail and everything, and ruby slippers. And you would think that a cat would, you know, kill the mice, but not Gypsy. So hold on to them and use them. But also, but I'm hearing she owes somebody big time. And we have the Knight of Wands. Wow, right under the Knight of Cups. This is interesting. There's another man in her life. Fiery, passionate, wants to be by her side, but like actively, like on that, like he seems like a tagger, like he just tags along, you know, and like I don't even think he lives with her, really. I think he just takes off, and I don't know, who knows where he goes. I don't know, you know, we don't even know his birthday, really. And this guy that Gypsy is trying to cultivate in her life, like her knight in shining armor that, you know, Ken is supposed to be, yet when pigs fly. Yeah. When is this knight in shining armor going to show up? Yet when pigs fly, that's when. Not really going to happen for Gypsy. It's kind of sad. I guess DeeDee will be happy because DeeDee doesn't really want her with Gypsy with anyone. It's like DeeDee has this misconception that she can come back from where she is, and she and Gypsy can raise a baby together. Like DeeDee really loves children. She just doesn't know how to be good to them, I guess, you know. I don't believe she had Munchausen's by proxy. I believe she was a malingerer, which is not the best, but it's not as bad as Munchausen's by proxy. So yeah, Gypsy in the middle of the night is using all her hidden knowledge, all her secret knowledge, every little internet thing she looked up behind her mom's back, you know, when she got her laptop or her cell phone, and she started, you know, when did Gypsy start meeting looking for men on the internet, right? At night. She'd wait for her mom to fall asleep. And where did Gypsy get her information from, you know, and on the internet at night? And she'd come up with her plans to move out, figure out how she's going to break free and go do her thing. Like a little angel. Right now, that happens to be the baby she's craving, you know? But at the same time, she's not craving a baby, because the baby will take away from her attention. And also, babies do things to our bodies that will not make us 100% attractive for a little while, You know, I mean, that doesn't sound so nice, but I mean, she's looking to cultivate or attract anyone other than Ken. And I guarantee you, if somebody else came along, Gypsy would leave Ken too. Ken might be the one that she owes something to. But that's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing it has something to do with networking, like literally a TV network. She owes someone something, and she is not too happy to pay it back. She doesn't want to give. She's received a lot from a lot of people and through a lot of, you know, fakeness. Hey, look at that. Does that look realistic? Through, you know, sorry, my lamp. Through fakeness. And whatever powers she used in the middle of the night, these arcane, I believe she may have used some forms of witchcraft to do what she did. She didn't get away with it, but hey, that's what witchcraft does. You don't, there's a price to pay, and it comes swiftly. It comes very swiftly. And right now she owes somebody. I don't think it's her soul just yet. So let's find out what's going on. Let's pull some soul cards for Gypsy. What's going on with her soul right now? Where's the line between goodness and not goodness for Gypsy? Like what's going on with her soul? Let's see. Adversity. I accept challenges are the best way to learn. Well, in Gypsy's case, absolutely. You know, she used her fake adversity to learn how to manipulate and scam. You know, she's a malingerer with her mom. You know, together they malingered. Although DeeDee knew more than Gypsy, obviously. She was the mastermind of the whole thing. But basically, adversity, I mean, Gypsy goes on and on and on about what she did in jail, her jail time, this, that, the other with jail. Yeah, and she's supposed to have a new life. Now, imagine if you have a child and you tell your child on a regular basis, or your child can watch TV on a regular basis, or the internet, whatever, and there's mom talking about jail over and over and over again. There are some children in this world whose parents went to jail and then were back in their lives, or never came back into their lives, and you never knew their parents were in jail, you never knew they were in jail. It's like these things are not, you don't advertise these things so much, although that is how Gypsy got famous, because she went to jail and she opened her mouth. And Christy had been wanting to make a series for a long time about Gypsy. Christy has her own motives, you know, a lot of giving and taking around Gypsy. All right, so I'm not doing a reading about Christy right now. I like to do each one individually, actually, like focus on one person at a time. But yeah, Gypsy thrives on adversity. The more controversial, the better it is for her, because she's going to use the whole, my mom made me be in a wheelchair, her sob story forever and always. So yeah, every challenge that comes her way is the best way to learn. Yeah, for her to, like, you know, become a better sob story. She lives in like this, she doesn't say it, but she lives it, like in this, almost like this victimhood. She got her nose done, right? And then she's going to tell us the history of her grandmother and her father, and she just doesn't like that. Look, it's like, hey, listen, hey, Gypsy, guess what? It's your life. You want to get a nose job? Go ahead, go do that. You want to be in the spotlight? You want to be in entertainment and media and all that kind of stuff? Then you are going to, people are going to notice and make comments and stuff. But you don't have to explain why you got it done. You don't have to. You know, it's your life. You can do what you like, you know, but no, she's going to make a whole post just about how she got it done, and yet she doesn't want to talk about social media. I mean, look, what I was saying before about children, is she going to be a good mom? Is she a good mom? I don't really think so. You know, I don't think she's a terrible mom. I don't even think she's a mom for real, period. You know, there's something called real born dolls. So let's find out. some very specific things in Gypsy's life right now. Let's see if we can figure anything else out about the Aurora baby or even the next baby. Because, you know, like she's saying she's pregnant now. And I did get that in my last reading about Gypsy, that she is. But I don't, but now I just got that it's either a lie or she's gonna lose that baby early on. So let's take a few tea leaves here and see what's really going on. Right, we have Quill, get back to the basics. Yeah, Gypsy would do well to get back to the basics. And hold on, let's see what else comes out here. Haystack, karma, you will reap what you have sown. Yeah, let's put that right over here, over these two. Get back to the basics. Yeah, like for dating and men and this, you know, Knight of Cups energy is beautiful. It is someone who would go the extra mile for you. And whatever you believe in, whatever you want to do in life, they're always supportive, you know. It's like my friend whose fiance always supports every single thing she wants to do, you know. And if it's something is like something is fantastical, is I'm gonna go make a flying pig one day, you know, this man would be like, sure, I'll do whatever, you know, like, how can I help? What can I do to support you? You know, I love you. That type, you know. She needs to get back to basics, like with men, for sure. And Gavel, ooh, oh, this is really good. This is interesting. Involvement with the law. And I highly, highly doubt it's because she became a lawyer, because Gypsy decided to become a lawyer. No. Ooh, I just heard it will have something to do with the children if they exist. Maybe being taken away from her. I already have seen she's gonna go back to jail. You know, it's like her and her mom. It's like history repeats itself. You know, her mom went away to jail for something completely unrelated to Gypsy. And you know what? Let me pull a different tarot deck. Sorry about that. Let's ask the innocent bunnies. What is this involvement with the law involve? Is it about children, invisible children, fake children? Is this about is it about Gypsy? Sometimes I get like taxes, like tax evasion. Let's ask the bunnies. Yeah, sometimes it's about we find out the truth about how DeeDee Blanchard was murdered, and you know, somehow Gypsy forgot to say something at the trial. The Emperor, wow, she's definitely, whoo, yeah, she's gonna be in big trouble with the law. I'm hearing the word impersonating, fakery, pregnancy again, taxes, evasion. What else am I hearing? Yeah, again, like possibly using black magic or witchcraft to get what she wants. But that wouldn't get her involved with the law. It's legal to be. By the way, no disrespect to any you know, real people out there who are Wiccan, or no, Wiccans actually are not witches. People may call them that, but they're not. Like people, you know, who I'm not bad mouthing anybody who uses witchcraft or dark magic. That's up to you. You know, if you want to do that, that's up to you. But the Emperor doesn't look happy. He is displeased. He's taken a key back. So yeah, Gypsy's freedom is going to be taken away. And balance and harmony will be restored, and the truth will come out because of this. So I'm getting a feeling really strong, I mean, that this has to do with Nick. This has to do with Nicholas and his real role in this murder, and Gypsy's real role in this murder of her mother. Gypsy's alleged role in the murder of her mother, DeeDee Blanchard. So is there anything else? Whoa. So we have the Magician, and we also have the High Priestess over here. So yeah, she's been cooking up some special brew. Oh my goodness, I just heard the word poison. I hope to God that she doesn't do anything to her fake babies, or if they're real, or anyone else. But yeah, she has the power and the knowledge to do whatever she wants, pretty much, like from her own point of view. Like, she can make that happen. I'm hearing alchemist. She's good at spells. I just heard that, spells. She's good at it. And what fell out also is the Three of Cups. So yeah, usually, you know, we do, if somebody does a spell or risks their soul or whatever, it's because they want good times. And she's having a good time. You know, Gypsy is having a good time. We'll put this over here. She's having a good time with what she's been doing. You know, she's having fun without being too responsible. And she's not, I'm hearing she's not paying attention. She might be drinking, literally drinking more than the average person, because she was addicted to painkillers, I believe it was, possibly benzos. And so an addict is an addict is an addict. You know, it could be food, it could be, you know, illicit drugs, it could be alcohol. And I'm getting, you know, she really likes a good party. I said this in the last reading about her, and she likes the attention and recognition. And I'm getting a vision right now of her. She's oh my goodness, it just shifted. She's actually drinking blood. Not that she's literally drinking blood in life, but like, yeah, those magic, dark arts stuff. Yeah. It's not like the Catholics believe in, you know, the body and blood of Christ. No, she is drinking. And also she's around other people who drink a lot, but I'm seeing rituals, even though there's no Hierophant card here. Still, she's you know, like in Hollywood and New York City and any place, you know, where fame is, you know, that you got to go to parties, and like I said earlier, you know, you got to kiss bass and you know, be seen and be recognized. And, you know, ultimately this is what she wants. This is, you know, the first card out here. She wants to be recognized. She wants to be seen as an angel. She wants to be on some high pillar and to get the recognition that she thinks she deserves. And look here, you know, we already said the dog eating the scraps. She doesn't care about that dog. You know, she acts like she might care, but she doesn't. She cares what other people think about her, and she wants to be in the spotlight quite often. You know, she can say the contrary all she likes. Then why did she put an announcement that she's pregnant, you know? And ultimately, she's going to be successful. She will achieve her happiness. Whatever her happily ever after is, Gypsy is right. Let's say I'm hearing 2 to 4 weeks. Like, things are going to be going well for her in the next 2 to 4 weeks. She's going to get the recognition she wants, but because she's going to announce, she already announced her pregnancy with her second child. So, you know, like, I think she's going to go for the myth of 3 children, or maybe twins this time, because that's ultimately what she wants. The illusion, this illusion of a happy family. because underneath it all, she wants what she wants, and who the heck knows what that really is, because we don't really know who she is. You know, she says who she is, and then she changes. So, but yeah, we're gonna end on this card, because I think this kind of says it all. You know, she is this ruse of the new baby, and her wanting to be like a stay-at-home artist mom is gonna work for at least 2 to 4. I'm seeing the number 2 and 4. Or it could be 24 weeks. I doubt that long, because, you know, but maybe 2 to 4 weeks. I'll have to do another reading. So we'll check in on Gypsy again, on Gyp again, maybe in a couple of weeks. And by then, definitely her energy should have shifted. And if anything goes down with her before 2 weeks or week or 10 days, I'm thinking about 10 days approximately, then I'll do another reading. But I'd really like to look into Ken, what's going on with Ken. I can channel DeeDee actively, like live here, or maybe not live, but you know, I can tape myself channeling DeeDee. Also Nicholas's mother, apparently Nicholas's mother does go visit DeeDee where they are right now. So his mother's still crying, it's so sad. Nicholas's mother. I'd like to do more on Nicholas, and also on Scott. You know, I think Scott is this knight in shining armor for her. And getting back to basics with the quill, you know, like, I have a feeling Gypsy's gonna start writing again to some guy at some point, because I really do feel that Ken kind of ignores her, and they just stay with each other out of a mutual, like, leeches, like a symbiotic leech relationship where they're both leeching off each other. I don't know how that works, but you know, they both Ken lives off of Gypsy's adversities, like, oh, we met when she was in jail, and then I broke up with her, and then we got back together, and let me live off of that story. And you know, maybe he'll write a book about it or something. I don't know. She just wrote a book and had it published, and she had a book signing. But yeah, I'm getting it stronger and stronger. She's gonna start writing again, and I don't mean a book, I mean, like, I don't know, like, guys that give her attention, you know. She's pretty stable where she is now. She's building the strong foundation, but it's that's out of a necessity that we all have to do, you know. She's doing it, but I doubt very much that she's gonna stay with Ken like till the day she dies. The guy won't even marry her, for Christ's sake, you know. So sorry, I don't mean no disrespect to anybody who follows Jesus. He's my brother. So I'm Irish. I grew up Irish, and it's just a habit to say for Christ's sake. But no, I don't mean any disrespect at all. So this seems to be what's going on with Gypsy. You know, over the next couple of weeks, 2 to 4 weeks, and it's gonna be a lot of work, you know. I just saw this again. Karma, you will reap what you have sown. Great. But also haystack, you know, she did a lot of work in covering her tracks and stuff, and she's still building this haystack. You know, it takes a lot of energy to build a haystack, and then she's gonna stick a pin in it. And there are people to find it, you know, but eventually we will. And that is why I'm doing these readings, because I'm in pursuit of the truth, and this is almost always guaranteed whenever I do Gypsy, that involvement with the law, a judgment for sure. The gavel is being slammed down, and the Emperor, the ultimate court, government, but in this case it's court. Yeah, this is a trial for murder. So you know, Gypsy goes back to court. Not going to be fun. Not going to be some small court either. Going to be big time. the Emperor. So, well, we can leave her alone for a couple of weeks, I suppose, because she's going to be happy for the next 2 to 4 weeks. So let her have her happiness. You know, I don't like taking anything away from anybody, really. I just like to live my quiet little life and make my observations. So, and channel with the angels and my spirit guides, you know, unless Source, God himself, likes to come through. And I also don't go looking for people to channel them from the other side. If they come to me, then I listen to what they have to say and I ask questions. But I generally don't like to call anyone in. I believe if you've crossed over, if you've transitioned, you deserve the hard-earned peace that you got from just living on this 3D world. It's hard enough. Like, you don't have to come back unless you have something to say. So with that said, if there are any other people or situations, it could be politics, and very well up on politics, entertainment, public figures, famous people, anybody else you'd like me to read about, you know, just leave it below in the comments and I will read it. And also let me know what you thought of this reading. I'd love to hear what your responses are. And I gotta say this for the freaking algorithm, you know, hit the like and subscribe button. Gosh, the algorithm is hungry. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I wish you all the best. Much love, many blessings. Okay, bye.